Hello student, I am Rashmi Vadva, Assistant Professor of Sant Andrew Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon from ETCA department. Student, in this video, my topic is direct memory access, that is DMA controller. Students, in last video, we discussed about the PPI chip, and this is a topic of second unit. Basically, what do you mean by DMA? That is a direct memory access. It is a 4-channel DMA controller and specifically designed to simplify the transfer of data at high speed for the Intel microcomputer systems. Its primary function is to generate upon a peripheral request a sequential memory address which will allow the peripheral to read or write data directly to or from memory. Basically, it allows the device to transfer the data directly to and from the memory without any interference of the CPU. Using a DMA controller, the device requests the CPU to hold its data address and control bus so that the device is free to transfer data directly to and from the memory. The DMA data transfer is initiated only after receiving HLDA signal from the CPU. Basically, in this video, I'm covering its pin and block diagram. Uh, how DMA operations are performed. Initially, when any device has to send data between the device and the memory, the device has to send DMA request to DMA controller. The DMA controller send hold request to CPU and waits for the CPU to accept the HLDA. Then after that, microprocessor in tri-state all the data bus, address bus and the control bus. The CPU leaves the control over bus and acknowledge the hold request through HLDA signal. Now the CPU is in the hold state and the DMA controller has to manage the operation over buses between the CPU, memory and input output devices. Uh, Basic features of the 8257 when I'm discussing about its architecture. It is a architecture that is a 4-channel, channel 0, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. So DMA 8257 provides a 4 separate DMA channel 0 to channel 3. Each channel include two 16-bit register. One is DMA address register and second is a terminal count. Both registers initialized before a channel is enabled, and the DMA address register is loaded with the address of the first memory location to be accessed. Fine. And this is the important feature which is related to its block diagram. Each channel has a 16-bit address and 14-bit counter. Each channel can transfer data up to 64 KB, and each channel can be programmed independently. It generates mark signal to the peripheral device that 128 bytes have been transferred. Each channel can perform read transfer, write transfer, and verify transfer operation. It required a single phase clock, and it's having a two modes, master mode and slave mode. Its frequency range is from 250 hertz to 3 megahertz. When I am discussing about its block diagram, this is the DMA channel. After that, second is a data bus buffer, and data bus buffer is data bus lines. These are 3-state bidirectional 8-bit buffer which interface the 8257 to the system data bus. These are the bidirectional 3-state lines, and when the 8257 is being programmed by the CPU, the 8 bits of the data for the DMA address register, a terminal count register, or a mode set register are received on the data bus. See, this is your read and write control logic, this is your control logic and mode set register, and this is your data bus buffer 1 2 3, and this is the 4 channel. So total architecture is divided into 4 parts: data bus buffer, read write logic, control logic, and 4 channel is. Okay, when the CPU reads a DMA address register, a terminal count register, or a status register, the data sent to the CPU over the data bus during DMA cycle, when this is in the master mode, the 827 will output the most significant 8 bits of the memory address from the one of the DMA address register to the data bus. Fine. And what is the role of DRQ and DACK? DRQ is a DMA request, that is DR0 to DR3. Yes, DR0 to DR3. These are the individual asynchronous channel request input used by the peripheral to obtain a DMA cycle. If not in the basically DR0, yes, has an highest priority, and DR3 is in the lowest priority. And if the request can be generated by raising the request line and holding it high until DMA acknowledgement. And DACK0 to DACK3 is the DMA acknowledgement. It is an active low level on the acknowledgement output, inform the peripheral connected to that channel that it has been selected for a DMA cycle. And the DAC output act as a chip select for the peripheral device requesting service. And when we are talking about this feature, that is that block, read and write control logic. So when the CPU is programming or reading one of the 8257 register, then decodes the latest. Actually, what happened when the 8257 is in the slave device on the system bus, the read write logic accept the input output read or a input output write signal, decodes the least significant 4 address, that is A0 to A3, and either write the content of the data bus into the address register or places the content of the address register onto the data bus. And next is a control logic and a set register. This control logic and a set register having a pins or A0, A1, A2, A3 address lines. Basically A4, A5, A6, A7, A2, A2 से A3 तो read write logic में है, A4 से A7 जो है control logic में है. So when we are talking about these pin ready HRQ, ये हम इसके pin diagram में discuss करते हैं कि what is the role of each pin. This control logic जो है, this block, this is on my screen. This block control the sequence of operation during all DMA cycle by generating the appropriate signal and a 16-bit address that specify the memory location to be accessed. Fine. Now come to its pin diagram. These are the 40 pin package having a different pins. You can see on the screen, that is a DRQ, that is DACK, input output read, input output write, memory read, memory write, ready, HLDA, hold request, chip select, clock, reset, data pins, terminal count, TC is terminal count, CS is a chip select, HRQ is a hold request, AEN is a address enable, ADSTB address stop. So discuss one by one. So DRQ 0 to DRQ3, these are the 4 individual channel DMA request input which are used by the peripheral device for using DMA service. And when the fixed priority mode is selected, then DRQ has the highest priority and DRQ3 has a lowest priority. DACK0 to DACK3, these are the active low DMA acknowledgement lines which update the requesting peripheral about the status of their request by the CPU, and these line also can act as a stop line for the requesting device. D0 to D7 are the bidirectional data lines which are used to interface the system bus with the internal data bus, and in the slave mode it carries the command word to 8257 and a status word from 8257 in the master mode. These lines are used to send higher bytes or of the generated address to the latch. These addresses further latched using ADSTB signal, that is address stop signal. Basically, what do you mean by this address stop? This address stop, this output stop is the most significant byte of the memory address into the device from the data bus. Next is IOR, that is input output read. This input output read is an active low bidirectional tri-state line, and in the slave mode it is an input which allow a 8-bit status register or the upper lower byte of the 16-bit DMA address register or a terminal count register to be read. In the master mode, IOR is a control output which is used to access data from a peripheral during the DMA write cycle. IOW is an active low bidirectional tri-state line, that is input output read. In the slave mode, it is an input which allow the content of the data bus to be loaded into the 8-bit mode set register, or in the master mode, it is an output which allow the data to be output to a peripheral during a DMA read cycle. Next is CLK. This is a clock signal, and which is required a internal operation of 8257. It is same as a 8085 clock in output. Next is a reset. It is a DMA controller. This signal is used to reset the DMA controller by disabling at the DMA channels. And A0 to A3, these are the address lines, 4 least significant address lines in the slave mode and act as an input which selects one of the register to be read or a write or a return, read or write. In the master mode, the 4 least significant memory address output lines generated by 8257. CS is the active low chip select line. In the slave mode, it enables the read and write operation to and from to 8257 in the master mode, and it disables the read and write operation to and from 8257. A4 to A7. It is a higher nibble of the lower byte address generated by the DMA in the master mode. Ready. It is an active high asynchronous input signal which makes the DMA ready by inserting wait state. Next is HRQ, that is a hold request. Its signal is used to receive the hold request signal from the output device. In the slave mode, it is connected with the DMA request input line 8257. In the master mode, it is connected with the hold input of the CPU. Next is the HLDA, hold acknowledgement signal, which indicates the DMA controller that the bus has been granted to the requesting peripheral by the CPU when it is set to the 1. Next is a memory read, that is MEM is memory and R for read. It is a low memory read signal which is used to read the data from the access memory location during the DMA read cycles. And memory write, that is a active low output, is a 3-state output and is used to write data into the address memory location during the DMA cycle. Next is ADSTV. This is used to convert high byte of the memory address generated by the DMA controller into the latches, and that is AEN. AEN is the signal is used to disable the address oblique data bus. TC is stands for terminal count, which indicates the present DMA cycle to the present peripheral device. Mark pin is that will be activated after each 128 cycles or integral multiples of it when from the beginning, and it indicates the DMA cycle in the 128 cycle since the previous mark output to be selected peripheral device. And last one is the VCC. It is a power signal which is required for the operation of the circuit. So in this video, up to this DMA is sufficient. That is direct memory access having its block diagram and a pin diagram. हमने अगर पेपर में आता है, पूछा जाता है व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डीएमए, तो हमने इसका ब्लॉक डायग्राम एक्सप्लेन करना, पेन डायग्राम अलग से पूछा जाता है। वैसे इसका जनरली ब्लॉक डायग्राम पेपर में आया हुआ है प्रीवियस एमडीयू क्वेश्चन पेपर्स में, और कई बार ये 4 नंबर के स्टार्टिंग के क्वेश्चंस में भी आ जाता है व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डीएमए, जस्ट इतना ही क्वेश्चन। सो आपको डायरेक्ट मेमोरी एक्सेस ऑपरेशन क्या है, कि कैसे हम इसमें, जो स्टार्टिंग में मैंने वीडियो के बिल्कुल स्टार्टिंग में बताया कि डायरेक्ट मेमोरी एक्सेस में क्या है, जब मेमोरी से मेमोरी डेटा ट्रांसफर करना है या सीपीयू से मेमोरी में डाटा ट्रांसफर करना है, तो हमने जो यहाँ पर ऑपरेशन इसका लिया है, जो भी वो हमने 4 to 5 मार्क्स में इसे सिंपल एक्सप्लेन करना है। जब 10 और 8 मार्क्स में आ रहा है तो हमें इसके आर्किटेक्चर को एक्सप्लेन करना है। ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स? ओके, थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स, थैंक यू सो मच।